New Year's Eve loomed, a festive giant casting a long shadow over my first year as a wife. Mom's invitation, a beacon of love and familiarity, flickered in the distance. But Mark, my husband of 2 glorious months, extinguished it with a flat refusal. His mother, the self-proclaimed queen of unsolicited opinions, chimed in, calling me a bride lacking self-awareness and a lazy daughter-in-law. Mark, ever the loyal knight, stood by his mother, deaf to my pleas for understanding. This charade, this suffocating family game, I was done. Tiara, the 28-year-old firecracker with a fulfilling job and a shared-chore marriage, was ready to push them all to the limit. The invitation turned into a tea-making boot camp. As soon as I settled in, my mother-in-law's voice cut through the air like a rusty kettle. Tiara tea, chop chop. I stammered an apology, feeling like a flustered trainee in her kitchen kingdom. Was I supposed to be a guest or a barista? No fancy welcome, just orders barked like oversteeped leaves. You're scorching the tea. Warm the cups, damn it. She sighed, a symphony of passive aggressiveness conducted by her pursed lips. My husband and father-in-law, spectators in this one-woman play. I wasn't a teen ninja, but I wasn't their puppet either. Then came the surprise visit. Zero notice, just a frantic summons. We arrived to find my mother-in-law brewing a storm. No souvenir. You visit in-laws empty-handed. Even a crumb of cake is basic courtesy, she scolded. I hadn't planned a visit, let alone a bakery raid. Yet, excuses were apparently forbidden. Modern wives, always quick to fight back. Oh dear, did I get a lemon for a daughter-in-law? My pleas, drowned out by the monologue. My husband, silent as a forgotten teacup. I didn't crave a knight, just someone to mute the one-sided tirade. Asterisk, my plea for husbandly support fizzled like lukewarm tea. Maybe buy something in advance, just in case, he sighed, echoing his mother's tune. You're not completely blameless, right? Was he joking? My husband, the supposed neutral party, was playing judge, jury, and executioner, all in the name of his mother. My initial fondness for him curdled, replaced by a growing aversion to his entire family. The summonses became a regular occurrence, each visit a choreographed performance of their way of life. My in-laws' house transformed into a domestic boot camp, every corner whispering, do this, do that. Holidays, birthdays, even random Tuesdays, all surrendered to their demands. I, the normally unflappable Tiara, started, dreading the mere thought of their doorstep. Now, the first New Year as Mrs. Mark loomed. Come back here, he declared. But wait, I sputtered. What about my parents? It's hardly fair, is it? He shrugged, his nonchalance a slap in the face. Let's decide later, okay? We had a pact, a promise of equal parental visits. Yet, a quick mental tally revealed a shocking imbalance. 6 visits to their castle, 1 to mine. My frustration simmered, fueled by his dismissive "you can't be helped" and his conveniently forgotten promise. Mark's grand plan for New Year's. A 4-day lock-in at his parents' place. My stomach churned. I want to see my parents at least once, I insisted. Ask your mom, he shrugged, washing his hands of the responsibility. So I dialed the queen bee, bracing myself for the inevitable sting. New Year's dishes, your responsibility, Tiara, she declared, her voice a honeyed whip. But I want to visit my parents. I countered. What? You prioritize your own family. Not very daughter-in-law-ish, are we? She huffed, launching into an hour-long lecture that left me emotionally drained. Mom just wants the best for you, honey, Mark chirped, oblivious to the emotional carnage. His cluelessness was another layer of exhaustion. So, New Year's Eve found us camped at his parents'. From dawn to dusk, I transformed into a one-woman maid brigade. Cooking, cleaning, laundry, trash duty, the whole 9 yards. This is a wife's job, Tiara. His mother would chide if I dared ask for help. Mark's tired from work, you know. Don't be thoughtless, she'd snap, conveniently forgetting my own full-time job New Year's Eve hangover. Nah, more like a month-long exhaustion bender thanks to them. I wanted to scream, honeymoon period. More like hazing ritual, but peace over. Conflict, right? First year blues, I told myself, gritting my teeth through the domestic boot camp. Finally, after the New Year's dust settled, I could visit my parents. But my husband, tired, staying home, he mumbled, leaving me to face the familiar warmth of my family alone. My frustration with him sprouted roots, tangled with the resentment towards his parents and their infuriating silence. He wouldn't listen, wouldn't understand. Then came the post-honeymoon harassment. My refusals to visit triggered a daily morning ritual, 10 missed calls, a symphony of my mother-in-law's outrage. Lazy wife. Wake up at 5 a.m., whip up gourmet meals for Mark. Overtime. Disgusting. A wife home before her husband. Shameful. Family first, heartless daughter. She conveniently forgot I funded half the household, my income eclipsing Mark's. My retorts simmered on my tongue, replaced by hollow shores. Calls ignored. Voicemails deleted. A year of this charade. The year-end dread crept in like a familiar foe. Mom wants you back for New Year's, Mark droned, echoing his mother's demands. This time, no way, I declared, my voice laced with steel. I'm done playing maid. You know that. He grumbled, pulling the consideration for my family card. But I tried with your mom, Tiara. And yours gets mad because you don't try hard enough. Just a little effort. His words twisted the blame onto me, his final blow of venomous. Mom's mad because you're a failure. That was it. The dam of my silence burst. Failure. I've bent over backwards for your parents. But I'm done. I'm cutting ties. No more father-in-law. No more mother-in-law. He seemed stunned, then sighed in resignation. Fine, I'll spend New Year's alone. Our home became a tomb of tense silences, but honestly, I didn't care. For the first time in years, I'd spend New Year's with my parents, a joy that warmed me from the inside out. Mom, ever the worrier, asked, "Is everything okay with your in-laws?" I smiled. "It's fine." I told them I'm out. Her smile faltered. Clearly, the strained relationship weighed on her too. Basking in the comfort of my childhood home, housework abandoned, I heard a knock. Coming. I rushed to the door, heart pounding. There stood Mark, looking haggard. Why? I stammered, confused. He remained silent, his face etched with exhaustion. What's going on? When'd you go into your parents'? My question hung in the air. As he finally spoke, his voice heavy. Mom said to bring you Tiara. ****. Mom wants you back, Tiara, Mark mumbled, his voice barely audible. Again? How does one mother-in-law have such epic persistence? I sighed, exasperation bubbling. Over. Didn't we agree I was done with them? Cut off, finito. He shuffled his feet, avoiding my gaze. Yeah, but she's throwing a tantrum. Apparently, it's absurd for a daughter-in-law to draw a line. Well, newsflash, I'm drawing a thick, permanent line. No more harassment from your mom, no more ignoring from your dad. I'm done. Mark's face crumpled. But Mom says you're part of the family now. Think about your position. My anger flared. Ridiculous. This isn't the Middle Ages. I didn't marry. You to be your parents' punch bag. Bullies for in-laws. A doormat for a husband. No thanks. This is where I put my foot down, and it's staying there. My voice, usually controlled, trembled with barely suppressed fury. If you keep siding with your mother, I declared, my words laced with steel, I'm filing for divorce. His jaw dropped. Divorce? You're joking, right? I met his gaze, my expression resolute, deadly serious. Being your wife has been an emotional marathon, and I'm exhausted. The husband who bows to his mother and offers zero support is a recipe for misery. Single life might be the liberation I need. Mark's face drained of color. Just then, his phone rang. he answered, and his eyes widened in shock. It didn't take a genius to guess who was on the other end. "Hello," he stammered, his voice suddenly meek. The battle lines were drawn, and the game was about to change ***. The phone call was a turning point. My assertive stance hung heavy in the air. With that, I hung up, the line buzzing with the weight of my decision. Turning to my husband, I reiterated, "This is it. If you choose your mother again, I'll file for divorce. If you understand and treat me as an equal partner, I'm willing to work things out." Silence stretched between us, heavy with unspoken thoughts. Finally, Mark spoke, his voice low. "Yeah, okay, Tiara. I choose you." It wasn't an overnight change, but gradually things shifted. I haven't visited my in-laws since, and their calls have ceased. Perhaps Mark's reflection on his actions played a role. He now regularly visits my parents, welcomed with open arms and genuine affection. They treat him like a son, something he never experienced before. The future holds unknowns, but I face them with renewed hope. I'm ready to overcome challenges hand in hand with a husband who truly chooses me. Each day we rebuild our connection, brick by brick. And that, in itself, is a victory ***. This revision emphasizes Tiara's agency, maintains a consistent focus on her perspective, and provides a satisfying conclusion to her journey. I hope you guys enjoy our video. To watch more interesting stories, hit that subscribe button. Thank you.